Hi folks, welcome back to my deck collection videos. I'm trying. I've had a morning, I've had some moments where I feel my card of the day has been activated. I've tried to record this a couple of times and for whatever reason it just hasn't been working. So I'm pretty determined because I've got some free time to get it done. So this is the Margaret Peterson Tarot. Hasn't been with me for a long time, but I'm loving it. I'm considering keeping the borders. I really quite like the wine colour and I think it complements them. The images, sorry, and I do really enjoy it. I love this artwork. I think it's important. There's a bit of difference between the style within it, which I'm not it doesn't bother me a great deal because I'm not going to be flicking this out. I don't suspect that I will be flicking this out in any big spreads. This may just be a central card or a daily draw, perhaps 3. And I might even draw a little bit of inspo on the techniques that she's used in here. Not that I'm an artist by any stretch of the imagination. I really am just a paddler in the deep waters of visual art. But I think it's a really powerful way to express yourself. And I'd like to try stuff. So yeah, the Margaret Peterson. And even the tower's beautiful when you really look at it. It's really a powerful image. So yeah, thank you to the people who've liked and subscribed and commented on my last video. I really appreciate it. It was a lovely surprise. So yeah, keep doing it if you're interested. So this is a Morgan Greer in a tin. It's very popular. My tin's a bit bashed up because it goes away with me sometimes. And yeah, I edged it. And as I said in the last recording that didn't make it, of course the images remind me of drawings and images in child books, porn stashes and all. But it also really brings back the type of paper that a lot of those books were printed on that I just don't see anymore. Kind of like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's quite transparent, you know. But this is my whap bam bang, like flick out some cards and get an answer. Like no mucking around. The Morgan Greer. And in the same vein of no mucking around, we've got Auntie Barb. Barbara Walker Tarot. I call this deck Auntie Barb because she's the one that I go to if I need to hear it straight. I'll have to drink black coffee, and if I was drinking it'd probably be a shot of whiskey. Yeah, no holds barred, just straight to the point, straight, no fluff and stuff, harsh truths, harsh messages. A lot to learn here. Hopeful there's a book out there that explores Barbara Walker's work. I really do love the artwork as well. Because all I have for now is the little white book that comes with this. So I haven't worked a lot, but I have worked. I do lean on this if I'm not sure about a decision. No matter how much I've reflected on it, if I just get a bit sick of things and go, right, I just need to know. I just want an answer. Well, a suggestion. I go and see Auntie Barb. So the next one along the line is my Black Lily Tarot, which is Aya Rosen's work. I got it from Make Playing Cards, I believe, or one of those print on demands. I always imagine this as sort of the Moulin Rouge after hours, you know, that energy. But I'll show you, I've been really enjoying using this alongside, like, so more mother, sort of middle-aged woman energy alongside the Leutin Oracle for the maiden energy around, you know, understanding sexuality and experiences, you know, like particularly with the maiden, this deck, I use it quite a bit around that false narrative, I think, of what sex and sexuality growing up through the 80s and 90s for women. You know, we were sold this narrative that, you know, the first time had to be the best time, and rarely is that ever the case. And there were missteps perhaps in terms of how to relate intimately with others and with self-respect, and I think these two are brilliant for that level of work. I would love a deck that has a similar energy that explores these. I hope YouTube's not weird about that, but in terms of the crone energy as well, because humans are sexual beings all through their life, and I think that's really important. It becomes more of a reflective space after you're moving on from this. But yeah, I think it's really potent work that can be done with these two decks. Oh, and I'll add that the Leutin Leutin Oracle was sort of like, I like it for intuitive work, but I did want the keywords, and so I ended up writing them on the side with a silver marker that sometimes it shows. I might have to tilt it to the light to see it, but I think it makes it just that little bit more usable for me. Okie dokie. The Wild Unknown Pocket Edition. This is probably, if you're watching this, you've seen this, you've got this. Oh, I just didn't know if I wanted the Wild Unknown, and I do. I'm going to keep this. I started working with it, but this card, what? Why couldn't? Anyway, and I was playing with it and I was loving it, and then it sort of took on a special significance for me, because I feel I can explore conversations with my dad, who's no longer with us. Not a channeled sort of thing. I'm just talking about exploring. You know, sometimes I just want to have a chat with the old man, and this deck kind of holds that space for me sometimes. It's not necessarily an aesthetic that I would imagine for him, but that's just the way it evolved, and I'm not arguing with it. That is a beautiful strength card. God, that's good. She's talented, that's for sure. And it's never leaving. And while I'm sort of on that tangent, this is another very loved Tarot of Mystical Moments by Katrin Boltstein. This chatty girlfriend is also like I'm kind of maternal grandmother. Sort of, I don't know how to explain it. So this deck, I do use it in spreads. I do use it as a central card. Oh, isn't she beautiful? But more often than not, when I'm using this deck, we're in conversation, It's a chatty deck. Sometimes she's telling me off. Quite bubbly, though, when she's telling me off. Occasionally I've felt that she's been a bit pissed off, to be honest. It's more the deck than anything else. And sometimes I feel like there's a message that my grandma would have given me. So I often sit and shuffle, and it's a bit rough on the edges because I overhand shuffle with this. And cards just fly out all over the place, and I can go, yeah, totally agree, and then shuffle some more and something else will come out. Oh, right, really? Oh, I haven't thought of it that way. And I just want to show you another card that I fell in love with. I really do like the kings being able to be swapped around. I love that card. I think it's so beautiful. Talent. What else can I say about it? It's beautiful. And I feel like I can talk to certain different females that are no longer on the mortal plane, but also just as a way to work through stuff. And sometimes I use it with The Night Fairies by Paolo Barbieri, which is a surprise that it is even in my collection, even though I'm the one who bought it. Sometimes I'll show you. Sometimes I like it. I'm pretty sure it's mostly the mystical moments. I haven't done it for a while. I was having a good playtime with pairings. So I don't know if they all sit there together. Shuffle over, ladies. Two of Pentacles, the Portal, Six of Cups. This one also comes into play with another deck, which I will try to remember to incorporate. But I do think I would like to do several decks, and one of those will be a pairing. Wow. Eight of Swords and the Tower with the Fae of Joy. What are you shushing me about? Patience. Okay. Next is Tarot of the She. Oh, sorry. I'm kicking things. Let me know if there's anything that I do that bugs you. And I'll see. I might change it. I'm sorry I'm an amateur. Tarot of the She. Emily carding. I sliced off the sides, the edges. I don't know if there was a border on a thicker border on top. No, I don't think it was. I think I just did the sides. And as I was doing it, I did feel more connected to the artwork, which I like. I don't love it, but when it's out on the table, he's a sexy beast, isn't he? I don't know what to say about it. I don't think it could be any different. And I think it's really, really great the way it is. I use this deck. Sometimes I actually have split it and used just the keywords for the minor arcana and the major separate. But generally I like to keep it all together, and it's another one that I reach for when I'm just a little bit confused about what I'm getting from a reading and just think, oh, Jesus, will someone someone get to the point, please? And this one will. So, it's another one that sits right there. I don't use it a great deal, but it sits there ready to go whenever I need. Okay. Now, have I done the Death Doula Oracle by Theodore Saint Studios. Theodore Saint. Sorry, it's just taking a while. Oh, geez. The more... Oh, listen. Love it. Gilded. The more I go through these cards, the more I contemplate when I'm looking through them. I do occasionally write with them, but I really want to go and get myself a little cabin in the forest and just me, this deck, a fire, a big pot of soup, and a journal. I think it's beautiful, and I think it's one of those decks that will serve long in life. Life is long. It's always being accused of being too short, but I think it's long too. And this gives me the opportunity to really explore different places that no other deck seems to offer a portal to for me. And I just love it. The more I look at it, the more I love it. So, yeah. Death Doula. I'll admit, I was going to say cauldron, but I'm not a witch. But oh, it'd be cool, wouldn't it? Just have a big cauldron just to throw all your bits and pieces, turnips and herbs into. I don't have any need to throw poor little frogs in. Okay. I'm constantly apologising to this deck. I did a face cleanse using coconut oil and then thought it'd be nice to go and write some poetry. There's that one. It's such a soft, velvety box, and I adore this. I think it's a beautiful deck for writing. I'm going to be really careful that I don't burn it because my candle's going and I'm trying to show you. I'm sure if you've seen my video, you've seen a lot of tarot collection videos. So, and if you don't, you probably will because you're interested. So you'll see this. Unfortunately, when I go into contemplation, and using a deck, I can shuffle a little bit hard sometimes, and this delicate petal didn't appreciate it. And I feel really bad because just all down the one side, particularly of the darker cards, I've scarred it. I hope to be able to find a colour match that can help undo my boo-boo. I feel guilty about it because I do love it so very much. But we will just move on in our relationship together. There's a lot in here for creative writing, I feel. I mean, nurture, that's maybe not one, but certainly going through the ring of fire. Jumping off points. I love it. Poesis Oracle, and it's created by Andrea One and Megan King's poetry. I think I might have had a peek at some poetry, but I haven't had a good look. So the Earthbound Oracle and the old Goliath tarot deck tend to go together a little. Just a sec. I've got a bit to say about the old Goliath. I'm really thrilled to have it. It's the second edition. It's out of print now. The artwork is beautiful. It's really talented illustrator. Is that what you'd call it? And I love his take on things. Like to zone in on here for the Five of Wands. I think it's really clever. Some of the, like the lion's mouth just seems a little bit, I don't know if it's in the printing that the proportions seem a bit off. How beautiful is this Queen of Cups? Oh, I'd love to see that in colour. I'm not really a major fan of black and white decks. I have a couple, but yeah, really good for shadow work. And I do use the Earthbound Oracle among others with it. The Earthbound Oracle sort of flicks around and plays with all sorts of people. It's a little hussy, but yeah, this is a one card draw really for me. Sometimes I haven't really used the additional cards, which are the Oracle cards, but if I'm going to have any beef and I feel really crap about it, the guidebook, I think he's got really powerfully wonderful messages, but in my opinion, it should have been edited. There are far too exclamation marks in there to justify. Spelling mistakes, redundancies, those sort of things, and from my perspective let the whole sort of collection down a little bit. I feel like a bitch saying that, but I'm just being real. I still read it, but it bloody annoys me that when I read it I'm always sort of like holding my breath a little bit and then I go, ah. So the Earthbound, I'm just leaving that now, but Earthbound Oracle, initially when I got it, I saw it somewhere on Tarot Tube, and it was a while ago now, years ago now. And, yeah, at first I just went, oh yeah, whatevs, but yeah, no, this is an incredible clarifier, and it's really good with the old Goliath. So, especially if I've got a question to ask it, this will just put things into perspective. So it's a workhorse. But yeah, sometimes I just don't see it for a while. It just has a little rest, but then other times it's just like doesn't really make it back into the box, which is getting hammered. That's what we used to say in the 80s. One of my favourite artwork decks, Ferenc Pinter. And there's a discussion that needs to be had about one card in particular that is not a favourite of mine. Charles Harrington is really good in writing in these little books, in my opinion. The art is beautiful in this deck, with the exception of one, and I would love it if someone could help me reason, come to terms with the choice that was made. If you know, you know, and I'm going to show you. But it does still kind of grind my gears a little, but the writer in me, this deck is banger for it. It really is very, very good. I love it. Anyway, this is the Ferenc Pinter, and I highly recommend it. Here's the card, the questionable card. Mr. Bean with a booger. I'm trying, but I can't, I can't take a card out of a tarot deck. I refuse to, so I have to find a way around it. Still not quite there. I like to kid myself and think that I am, but look at this. And look at this. And this. Like Charles Harrington's in the text highlights elements of the image to bring out, and this one it's like, look at her hand for this Eight of Swords. Brilliant. another Corrado Roi deck, but another one that's been a guidebook written by Charles Harrington. This is definitely in my top 5 decks of just ever. I didn't even go through a goth stage or an emo stage in my adolescence. So loving this as much as I do is a bit of a surprise to me, as much as anyone. This is the deck I go to when I'm ready to dive deep and explore the shadow. There's so much buzz around shadow work that I hope everyone and anyone who's going there is approaching it with the respect and caution that it genuinely requires, in my humble opinion. The reason I love this deck so much for this is because I find it to be gentle and kind. Some of the images can be like, you'd be like, wait, what? But because shadow work is not just about going, oh, what shit bits of me do I need to fix or do I need to identify? Shadow work, as highlighted by the cool AF dude Carl Jung, are the things about us that we have had to morph to fit others, to survive for whatever reason, and why we did that. This is a really good teller of those, like pointing the finger at why we stopped dancing for others, or, you know, whatever it is. It's usually a creative, expressive thing, or why we started putting up with shit that we didn't deserve, and why we kept our mouth shut, and why that relationship stuck around for as long as it did. What about that? What part of us, what light part of us was so squashed that we couldn't move forward with power? This is just the deck for me for all of that work. And I do not she's freaky. But I get it, and I love this deck because I feel like it's got me. It's gonna support me no matter what. Wait a minute, I feel like I'm being efficient. Did I bring this out? I'm pretty sure I did in the other one. Hopefully I haven't done it yet. Moonology Oracle cards purchased impulsively from a large department store. Just because obviously I felt like a department store needed more of my money for something I really don't need. The thought behind it was that I would follow the moon with this and, you know, be more in touch. Maybe next time I go out hiking on my own, I might take it with me. I have high hopes for long hikes, and that's not really something I want to be lugging, so let's just scrap that. I'm not doing that. Maybe sometime I'll bring it out and use it. For now, to be fair, the actual box that it's in, the cards, it's using it as a bit of a bookend for some of my poetry, just so if it's sitting there, I might rip it out and use it. Here's my Wisdom of the Oracle trimmed little one, pocket edition. I use it as a clarifier when I'm in a quick, like if I'm in a hurry. This, I like it. Some of the images I like. I don't like the oracle's face in it. If I remember that, then I get a little sick in my tummy and go, ugh, I don't want to work with it. But I can generally block that out. I like it. Do I love it? Not so sure. Sometimes it annoys me. But I keep it around because it does work. So, I don't know. the jury's out. But no, hang on. I think I'll keep it. It's kind of cute. I don't know. It's one of those ones. You know. All right, I've got a little stack over here that I'll go through. I've got the Hush Tarot. I love the art. It's beautiful. I still have not found my place with this. I often get it out to look at the art. I had a moment a month or so ago, but to be honest, I've completely forgotten. I thought, oh yeah, cool. We'll work on those things together. But I hope I wrote it down. I love it. It's not going anywhere. Part of me is almost inclined to turn it into an oracle. So I'm not sure. I've done it with another, which I might show you. There is one, I don't like that, where is it? Come on. I saw someone else mention it, and then I went and looked through the deck and thought, yeah, I'm also wondering how this made it into the deck. It's a beautiful card, there's no doubt about it, but there's no real mythological references that I see in the rest of them, so why just whack that in because it's beautiful artwork and you want to use it somewhere? That's how I see it. Anyway, Hush Tarot by Jeremy Hush. Still, I mean, I'm open to suggestions for types of work because that's what I like to do with my decks, is have a purpose for them that suits me. So if anyone ever watches this and has any suggestions, I'm here for it. The other deck that I have used as a tarot but did not actually connect with as a tarot is the Nicoletta Ceccoli tarot. Now I know that there is an oracle that I could have just gotten, but I had this and it was bugging me because I love the art so much. So I've turned this into my own oracle deck. I've trimmed everything off, and on the back, some of them I haven't written yet. So let's get to the ones that I've written. And then it's become incredibly personalized, incredibly specific for the work. So this is bravery for me. This is deception, which I think it was the Seven of Swords anyway. Unprotected and vulnerable. Oh, that's... Alright, I'll say it. That one's called Violated for me. Isolation. Leave. So I won't go into them all. I'm happy if anyone's ever interested in what I've done and the choices that I've made. I will happily do a video. I think it's one of those ones that can trigger the absolute fuck out of people. So please be careful. I'm here for it, for myself, for my own work, and it's not just in a child, it's just a whole range of things, but it's now an effective tool for me. As a tarot deck, I was really just trying to see it from someone else's perspective, which I guess is what you do with tarot generally, maybe, but I hope I make sense. I was just not getting it. I certainly was very excited about the images, but not excited about the associations that were attributed to the meanings. Images, sorry, if you know what I mean. The next one I have, which I have not connected with, and I thought I really would, is the Pathwork Oracle. And this is going to sound awful, but I am wondering if it's Anaturian's work that doesn't resonate with me so much. There are others that I would love to try, but it's a pricey little thing to keep exploring. I have one beside my bed that is supposed to be a meditative, like jumping off point for me, and I've never done it. I actually should put the deck right back. So It's pathwork. Yeah, there's all sorts of mudras and where's there? Yeah, there's mudras, and it's possibly just something I need to look into. I got really excited to get it, and it's probably a watch this space. But back on, so the Daniel Ahern is a LMFT, so that's an American thing, but I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, perhaps. So not sure how that's relevant, particularly with pathworking, but anyway. But the other Anaturian I have is Tarot of the Abyss, and I want it to like me, but it's been pretty mean in the past. I just keep getting the... Did I do this last time? I don't know if I did. The Five of Pentacles keeps on keeping on. There are a lot of images in this that I absolutely love, and I'm not getting rid of it. Like I said before, I'm not getting rid of things. I'm keeping them, and I kind of want it to be nicer to me. And sometimes it is. It's absolutely lovely. I don't know if I'm just being silly, but honestly, it just flicks out. And then there's the Hemsworths, which is fine by me because, you know, like they're Aussie and they're dreamy. So there's Chris Hemsworth, and where's Liam? He's in here too. I feel bad for the eldest brother because he doesn't get a show in, and he's very talented. That's not Chris. There. No, Liam. See? Anyway. So, watch this space. I have had some good work with it. I do like the page. Well, sometimes I like the little story book part of the court cards, and other times it kind of shits me. So we'll see. See how it goes. All right, 2 more. I guess the beauty of this is if I'm boring you, you'll leave. Casanova Oracle, another swishy deck. Cannot stand the backs. I try not to even look at them. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do with it, where I want to place it. There's a bit of, you know, I could write stories with this, and I kind of probably will using this deck. I think it'll be fun, cheeky, naughty. It's got nudity. There's all sorts of explorations around Casanovian type behaviour. Neurotic Oracle, based on Umberto Brunelleschi's illustrations. Okay. This is one of those decks that I do it for the guidebook because I love it so much, and it's a pip deck, and the mages I really enjoy. The pips not so much, and I'm thinking I should do something maybe to personalize the pips for myself a bit more, but I was using this daily, multiple cards, probably 3 cards per day. Got me through some tough times, this deck. Really sage advice in that guidebook. Melinda Lee Home is someone who it's one of those decks that, one of those guidebooks that I trust. I trust the advice in there. I think it's comes from a really good place, like a mature, intelligent place, not just sort of like trying to sell a product. So yeah, this one has it's just moved off the main reading platform for now, but is very likely to come flying back through the door pretty quickly, because I have used it a lot. So I think this is where I'm going to leave off. I still have quite a number of decks sitting in front of me, not to mention the ones under and the ones over on a shelf. So thank you for watching. That's deck list of deck collection far out. My second deck collection video for August 2025. Thanks heaps, and I'll catch you later.